And welcome back to October Halloween Who Wins. Ooh. Anyway, and this one comes to us from, now again, I mentioned earlier in the last Who Would Win on Monday that with the October ones, I actually really like them because I get a lot of people who ask for Halloween-based ones or horror-themed ones, and therefore I get a lot of repeats of the same suggestions. So I get to crack out a bunch of them at the same time and lessen my load ultimately. And this one comes to us from a combination of Aaron Mad Dog O'Reilly, Dylan Hurinowitz, and Hamud Fasal, who asked the question, who would win a fight, Michael Myers or Pennywise the Dancing Clown? So, oh, you went outside, did you? Hope you made pee-pee and poopy puppy. You better not go on the table, though. You better not go on the table. You're just like, I want you in the other room with me. Well, I'm busy doing this, and my computer's battery is low. So, yeah. But yeah, so two horror icons. Pennywise definitely has gotten more of an uptick in the last. It came out last year, right? Yeah, it came out last year. In the last year or so. But I mean, I've done both these guys at least Pennywise multiple times. I know Michael Myers I've done once on this channel, at least. I have put him against Leatherface. So, I mean, Pennywise the Dancing Clown is not the true form of the creature known as it. Technically speaking, it's a kind of convoluted explanation, but our universe, there's our universe, and then there's a macroverse that exists outside that, kind of like a universe beyond our universe, or older than our universe. Excuse me. And in that universe, there are more or less elder beings. And there are two in particular. There is Matern, I believe his name is. Yes, yours. There's Matern, the turtle, who's like about life and creation, things. He wants to throw up an entire universe. And then there's it. We don't know his actual name. He goes by Pennywise the Dancing Clown on Earth most of the time. Now, its form he's kind of a massive light, but someone once stated, looking into the deadlights and not dying, that what he saw was this kind of furry mass of hair and teeth, kind of. Basically, he's the opposite Matern. He's consumption, greed, basically evil. And he more or less manifests himself on Earth in the form of Pennywise the Clown, which is his preferred form. So, in physical form, he can be, physically hurt in that form, due to the fact of him taking on physical form. But he has a laundry list of powers. He rises every 27 years or so to eat kids. Basically, kids he likes more because he can scare them easier. He loves to instill fear because fear, as he puts it, salts the meat, makes people taste better. And kids are easier to scare. Not to say he won't kill adults, certainly will, but he prefers to kill kids. Pennywise generally, again, takes the form of Pennywise the Dancing Clown. He is capable of fear. Basically, he can illusions that can be solidified. If you can overcome your fears, you can overcome the illusions. But he can take on your worst fear. He can take on anyone's fear. He can find out what your fear is. He's got psychic abilities to do that. Some levels of telekinesis, shape-shifting, enhanced physicality just because of that. The deadlights are one of his biggest advantages. It seems to be a natural part of his body, where the deadlights exist inside him. Any living person that sees them will either go crazy or die. Unless you're a special circumstance, that's the case. I'm trying to think right off the top of my head if there's anything else I'm missing with Pennywise. I'm sure Pennywise has a couple other abilities that I'm forgetting. But those are a lot of the big ones. He loves to play mind games and torment you. So the more you're afraid, the more powerful he is. Now, though, you can overcome him by overcoming your fear. And if you're no longer afraid of him, he really loses his power fast, actually, when you lose your fear of him. And in a group, that's a severe weakness where you could actually defeat him. Not kill him, but defeat him. Because even in the second book, I don't think they even kill him. I think, though it's implied they kill him in later Stephen King books, which share the same universe, it's implied he's still alive, but he continually got defeated. So, and we're not going with the whole ritual of Chud thing. So, I mean, Pennywise is a monstrous individual. He is a dangerous psychotic killer cosmic clown that eats people. Michael Myers, the Boogeyman, as he's called, was my. See, I'm not gonna use the Rob Zombie Michael Myers. We're just gonna use the Michael Myers that we got through the main series. Though H2 wasn't H2O like a bit of a reboot, along with Resurrection, because it didn't follow the same storyline as far as I know, with him with the whole Cult of Thorn. As far as I remember, it doesn't do that. But regardless, we can include those. Not that anything in those movies really affects this. Michael Myers is Michael Myers. I believe he's around 25 years old with the first one. So by the end of the series, he would be... Oh, God. Because we know in the new one, he's going to be in his 70s. Because he's the big brother of Laurie. So I don't know how old he actually was by the time of during the main series. He had to have been in probably his late 30s and 40s. But he is the Boogeyman. He is, as Loomis said, I looked into his eyes and I tried to find something, and then I saw the devil in his eyes or something like that. He is a psychopath. But there's a reason for that, is that he was kind of driven to it by a Cult of Thorn that deemed him some sort of guardian figure for their cult. I can't remember the exact bullshit reason for it. Trust me, the later movie, I like the first Halloween a lot. I even don't mind the second one. The second one's pretty decent. Third one's different but fun. Then once we get back into Michael Myers, it surprisingly kind of goes downhill. H2O wasn't bad though, and Resurrection could have been worse. I'm not a fan of the Rob Zombie ones myself though. That's my personal opinion. Anyway, I digress. So it instilled in him, first off, heightened regeneration, not like Wolverine regeneration capabilities, but like 6 gunshots from Loomis's pistol did not put Michael Myers down. Sorry, I heard the dog messing around, which I think she's just eating her food. So he got shot up by a whole bunch of good old boys, and I think it was the 4th or 5th one. I want to say it was the 5th one. And he still didn't go down. Now, he got burned alive in H2O, and in both, not H2O, in both Resurrection and in the second one, and he still came back from that. However, it's implied that, Laurie cut off his head in H2O. It wasn't him. He swapped himself out. But it's implied that something that severe would kill him. Like a limb dismemberment, stabbing him through the heart probably might put him down. Basically, short of decapitation or blowing him up, you're probably not going to keep him down permanently for long. Or like serious impalation. Is that the word? Impaling. So you'd have to pretty much like stab him with a giant like tube, just take out his midsection or cut him in half. So something to that extent would probably put him down, despite the mark of Curse of Thorn that he's got on him. Michael is also vastly stronger than you are. He can easily lift a grown man with no problems whatsoever. I think he can even do it with one arm, which means he can lift around probably an average 150, 175 with one arm. In terms of like a punching strength, though, we never really see, because here's the thing, he's very physically powerful, but we've seen people grapple with him before like it's not a huge deal. So there's some inconsistencies there. Also, it's not like Jason, who's not only physically powerful, but could like punch straight through a wall if he had to. We've never seen Michael do something on that level. We've seen him like break through like glass and stuff, but that's pretty simple. Not like just come through a brick wall or anything like that, or break down a door. As far as I know, I've never seen him break down a door. No. He can break down a door, but if he has got a knife or something to break the door down with, not just smash through the door like boo doo doo. Here I am. It's Michael Myers. Do the John Cena with Michael Myers. That would be hilarious, actually. But Michael's actually very intelligent too. He knows how to drive a car. Someone taught him in the insane asylum. He knows how to stealth your ass pretty well. He knows how to set up. Knows how to just be patient and wait. He's good with a knife, not like combat style good, but he's just, I know how to kill you with a knife, or just about anything he can get his hands on. He's pretty versatile that way. But it's surprisingly he's not See, even Jason despite the slow walk, when he had to run or move quicker, he did. I've never seen Michael Myers do that. What are you going at, Pop-Up? What are you doing? Silly. Silly. Yeah, I've never seen Michael Myers move really fast. Have you ever seen it? I'm trying to recall. I mean, again, taking maybe the Rob Zombie ones out of the equation, because we're not doing the Rob Zombie ones. Have you ever seen him do anything besides that slow walk he does? Seriously. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. He's just really slow and methodical. Unfortunately, that means maybe just confident that he's going to get you regardless. I don't know. The thing is, though, Michael Myers does not have any clear-cut phobias that can be exploited. I made sure to look into it. Closest I could find was his family, his emotions, because there is parts of him that are fighting not to do what he's doing, but he's mostly compelled to do it. His family can be a little bit of a emotional tease on him to some extent. He kind of suppress himself to some level, and apparently there was like some ruins that kept him out of a building at one point. I can't say though that's fear of them. It's just because of the whole Mark of Thorn or Cult of Thorn crap. It literally was able to physically stop him and keep him out of a place. So I ultimately, yeah, that Michael Myers is definitely a pretty dangerous individual, but ultimately despite his abilities, he is still human. Now, let's be clear about that. Unlike someone like Jason, who eventually did become like a zombie and a beyond human, Michael Myers is still human. He is. So he's got that. So let's assume that Pennywise is out and about during his his 1 month feeding frenzy. Just kids, and he's hunting I think it's Michael Myers' niece. He was after at one point, so he's after her. And Michael Myers, he runs into Michael Myers. Somehow they're in the same neighborhood, so they kind of say, "Ooh, let's see. Oh, what's wrong, big guy? Cause do you want to join me?" And he's about to, and Michael Myers is like, "No, I'm gonna kill her." Obviously, he doesn't talk. In fact, I don't think that's another thing. Besides a few moments, I think when we hear him as a kid, and again in the Rob Zombie one, do we ever hear adult Michael Myers say anything? I don't think so, and I think that's part of the point of Michael Myers. He never speaks. Same with Jason. He never talks. But anyway, so Myers comes in and just throws the clown. His niece gets away. He looks at it. He's about to go. Pennywise is like, "Oh, you want to play rough, huh? You want a balloon?" And the balloon pops. You just see the roar and this attacks Michael Myers. Just starts biting into Michael Myers. Michael doesn't make a noise really, but he brings out his knife, starts stabbing into Pennywise's side. And Pennywise does feel pain. And Michael's not afraid of this guy or anything, so it's not, at least not right now. He's just more like, "You're in my way," and just things along those lines. "And you're hurting me." He's like, "You son of a bitch, I'm gonna kill you. Just gonna kill you." So Pennywise immediately Pennywise will realize, I can't sense fear coming off this guy. In fact, I don't sense anything coming off this guy, which probably would see. That's the thing. Pennywise can sense your emotions, particularly fear. Him not sensing fear would worry him and piss him off. Him not sensing anything would scare the crap out of him, I think. She's like, I'm like, what are you? You gotta feel me. It's like, I'll show you. It's like, I'll make you afraid of, I'll show you your worst fear. And then he just tries to go into his mind. And he's seeing things that even he's surprised to see. He's like, what are you? And then Michael just slowly walks there and just grabs Pennywise. And then just starts, that's not gonna do. And then he just starts stabbing him in the head. So Pennywise now, this is the point. Pennywise is scared shitless. Like, he goes for his last ditch effort and then just opens up his mouth and reveals the dead light. Just, by the way, I just used the new version of it for the thumbnail and kind of the voice and stuff, like, because first off, that's the voice. Hey, buddy, you want Prince Albert in a can? Well, you do. No, that kind of ruins the whole. I mean, it's hilarious. For another Pennywise fight, if you'd like me to do the Tim Curry Pennywise, I'm more than willing to. It's just this Skarsgård Pennywise is a creepier and easier Pennywise voice. Not easier, but it just more creep. They played him up more for scares a bit. And just because of the whole tone of the movie, so it's an easier avenue to go down. where was it? Oh, yes. He goes for his last ever because he senses that he could actually at least put me down for a time. He's like, no. So he just opens up the deadlights, and that causes Michael to stop. Like, now, let's be clear. Michael is not sane. So, Michael is not sane. In fact, Michael is... As I took a sip of tea from my Mr. Meeseeks cup. I'm Mr. Meeseeks! Michael is not sane. That Michael's very disturbed. But he also has some mystical protection on his side thanks to the Cult of Thorn. Now, if that we're not certain if that mystical protection extends to mental protection. I wouldn't imagine it does. But it's possible it would counteract the death-inducing effects of the deadlights. However, Michael again is already motion. So seeing those. Actually, for the first time ever, there's a loud scream being heard, and as Laura says, she actually sees Michael screaming and making noise for the first time, and he's now just going completely batshit, just kind of runs into the walls of it, and then just sees Pennywise. So now he's more like just flat out nutso killer. Still not feeling fear. Well, he's kind of feeling fear, but not in a way that Pennywise can at least feed off the fear to kind of regenerate himself a bit, but not in the sense that Pennywise can manipulate Michael at the point, because Michael's just gone to a schizo rage at this point. Just starting to just plows into him like a footballer, goes through a wooden fence. The wooden fence is probably like in the alley they're in. Boom! Starts beating, just beating on him, getting anything he can. Gets like a pitchfork, or I don't know. Yeah, I'll say a pitchfork there. A shovel. Yeah, starts boom, and then all of a sudden a giant insect claw comes out, grabs Myers, and just snaps his head off. It's like, okay. Ultimately, here's the thing about this fight: is that Michael's one of those individuals that because of how he naturally is, Pennywise doesn't have anything to feed off of or manipulate. But Michael doesn't have anything clear cut that would put Pennywise down for good. If the fight went on long enough, I think he could. But the thing is, Pennywise has a few tricks. He's a shapeshifter. He can change his form if he has to. Like when we saw in the movie when he turned into those giant insect lobster claws. That's what he'd do here and snap his head off. Pennywise also has the deadlights. The deadlights are a big thing here. And you'll hear Domino ripping things up in the back. Probably heard ripping up under her shoes. Making sure you're ripping up your shoes. No! 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 Luckily, she had a shoe. No! It's like, yeah, she wants me to hang out in the other room with her, but I'm not doing that right now. I'm not doing that, you spoiled dog. Luckily, she was still relatively in decent condition. She was just starting to really get into it a bit. But I saved it, so I don't know if these are I don't remember if this is my sister's shoe or not, or was of my mother's. I don't know why we still have her shoes if they are. I digress. So yeah, the deadlights are going to be the real decider in this, and that's due to the fact that the deadlights, because Michael is not normal, and because he does have at least probably some level of mystical protection. Again, it was never explained. It's never said that it extend to his mental protection, but I would believe there had to be at least some minor mental protection there, due to the fact he's got constant voices and stuff in his head. So I could see that being the case. So while it wouldn't kill Michael, it probably would drive him complete. See, his psychosis would go from the stone cold killer who doesn't say anything to, oh dear God, the voices in the pain, then just go completely nuts. Unfortunately, that would give Pennywise at least some avenue of fear to feed off him at that point, and eventually he could just snap Michael's head off. Ultimately, if Pennywise really wanted to, in the beginning of the fight, he could just transform into something big and powerful and just impale Michael or anything along those lines. And I mean, not just like, I mean just, yeah, or cut him in half or whatever. So Pennywise, I think, does win the fight. I'm going to go 80% of the, 85% of the time. And I say 85 because I think there's a real scenario where Michael just completely scares the shit out of Pennywise. If he can just cut his throat or something like that before he can get the deadlights activated, or just use the deadlights on basically, if he can Michael can just put him down before he activates his deadlights on him. Then the fight would pretty much be in Michael's favor at that point. Even if he like somehow regenerated back from that, it wouldn't really matter because he'd be severely weakened. But what do you think? Do you think Michael's going to win all the time? Do you think Pennywise wins all the time? Do you think it's closer or farther than I made it? Curb stomp or what? Put in the comments below, let me know. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Idea for who would win, Star Wars, Superhero Magic, what if, anything I do on the channel, put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to that at some point. You'll notice my review for Smallfoot will be up by now. I'm pre-recording this. I've got one more. I got the what if to do also. And there might be a video up later on Tuesday. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it or not. We'll see. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.